going to wrap up our second show, final segment, with a real treat. We're joined by the owner of the Padres, Peter Seidler, here. And Peter, you were making a lot of headlines yesterday. I know that's not why you are into this and into baseball, but you must have seen a lot of people writing about you yesterday. What did that feel like?
I haven't noticed. I haven't seen the press yet today. Usually I'll get a package and flip through it, but to me it's always more about doing what we think is in the best interest of the organization and San Diego. And my wife is a great reader. She'll devour a book, it seems like, every 2 or 3 days, and I just kind of walk around and enjoy the baseball when I'm out here, and it's really fun right now. Tons of players, minor leaguers, up to the guys on the major league squad, and as cold as it seems to be today, it's great to be here and fun to see all the action.
Was there a moment, Peter, and I know we've covered the team together as a show almost 5 years, and kind of our moment that put us on the map as a show, and kind of the moment that let people know the Padres have arrived was when Manny signed, and we've kind of gone together up in that upward trajectory. But we've acquired so many players since then, and so many great pieces. Was there a moment when you said to yourself, all right, this is how I want to do business now? Or has it just been kind of an organic thing, how it's grown? Because it's an all-star team. You look at the roster.
It's been organic. I think, we look at it as every avenue. It's about the players. This game is about the players and the talent and the character of those players, in my opinion. And, we turn over every rock to get the best talent we can find. AJ does, and Josh Stein, and the people that work with them. And whether it's through free agency or trade or drafting, developing, international signings have been important for us. And so I think, fast forward to today. And by the way, I agree with you on the Manny comment. I think he's been a game changer for us in multiple ways. Gotten better every year in multiple ways. He's just a joy for really all of us in San Diego to watch. And I think, similarly, I'll call out. I could call it a lot of players, but those have been with us for a while to know that we're going to be able to watch Yu Darvish for a long time and Joe Musgrove for a long time. I believe Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to come back and really honor the relationship he has with his teammates and with the fans of San Diego. But, our overarching goal is one thing, and that's to win a world championship and bring a parade and the title to San Diego. And within that, when opportunities present themselves to make us better, again, it's AJ and his team, but they communicate with me in a detailed way very well. That's the ultimate bottom line question. It's just going to help us win a championship. And we think, we've got a very credible team going out there this year.
Peter, you dropped a couple of terrific sound bites yesterday. I have to thank you from my TV side. That was great for business. One of them was that you said Manny Machado is my top priority. Now, you can't predict the future. You don't know, how both sides are going to respond. But what does that mean to you that he's your top priority right now?
He's earned it. As simple as that. And that's really all I'm going to say about that, out of respect for the player and for the organization. We have those conversations privately, but what I said yesterday is completely true.
You also said there will not be a fire sale. That's a loaded phrase in Padres history for fans of the team in a long time. But I thought it was interesting how you said, this is you want this franchise to be in your family for 50, 75 years to come. That this is a long-term plan, and you feel like this is something that the Padres can be a winning long term? How does that vision look in your head?
Well, long-term starts 1 year at a time, and I'm pretty hyper-focused right now on this current year, especially as we enter the second day of spring training. But I do believe that every single year we can be sitting here and credibly believe that we've got a shot to get the trophy. And clearly there are plenty of very good teams in baseball this year, as every year there are. But we intend to be in the mix.
Talking to Padres owner Peter Seidler here on Ben and Woods this morning, and we had the discussion, kind of a down time in sports radio after the Super Bowl. We were talking about what makes a great owner, and don't worry, you passed with flying colors. You were kind of held up as the example. And you think about some of the owners in football that are very hands-on down on the sideline. Is it ever a challenge to not be more hands-on, to not go into the locker room and say, hey, come on, let's go, let's get it together. We can't lose 3 games in a row. Is that in your personality to do?
Oh, I can tell that to my wife and kids. Come on, let's go. We got to win this game.
We got to win this game.
But no, I think, I'm in my early 60s, and I've known long in any organization I'm a part of, there's smarter people that'll pull the levers than I am. I hope I can help set the stage for good decision making, and then let our head of business, Eric Grupner, and head of baseball, AJ, and the people they work with have the expertise way more than I ever will.
So
I enjoy it.
You like to delegate. I mean, that's what you're doing, is you're delegating, but no interest in going down into the dugout mid-game like a Jerry Jones would do. If he owned a baseball team, he would be down in the dugout mid-game.
No. It's that's a rare gift, though, because you don't get to the level of being able to own a professional sports franchise without having a tremendous amount of success in your life. And most of those people tend to be the kind of people who want to do everything themselves, and want to do it their way. And hey, I've had success before doing this my way. I'm going to do this my way as well. Do you feel like that's always kind of been your personality?
I'll say this about baseball and owning a franchise. There's nothing like it. The thrills are nightly, or the disappointments, and you feel that every night. And the great thing about baseball is if you lost last night, we're back at it again today, and we're going to win today. So, but equally important with a professional sports franchise, the franchise can have an outsized impact on the community in a positive way, and I think that's as important as anything we do. Trying to be a good corporate citizen in San Diego, and every year trying to be better at it.
In particular, I know that homelessness has been one of the issues that you've tackled directly, and it must be painful seeing what an impact it continues to have in San Diego, especially in downtown. It's hard not to see it if you're driving into the ballpark, and I know that's something that's first and foremost in your mind. Do you have any thoughts? Just because in Petco Park, that area has been one where you drive in and you see it so clearly. What's going on in San Diego and other cities.
Well, it's human suffering in a way that I don't believe needs to occur. With rare exceptions, homeless people have problems, whether it's mental health or physical health, or simply, especially during the pandemic, they simply ran out of money, and you see more children out there and elderly out there that and so really most cities, including San Diego, had a big step back during the pandemic because there were a lot of things that could not be done because of social distancing and just all the massive negative impacts of the pandemic. But we're largely through that now, and I believe our city, with leadership from both the private sector and the public sector, is in the early stages of seeing those numbers trend down, seeing that suffering trend down, and it's critical to all of us. And I spend a lot of my personal time and work with really great people and we have one objective, and that's to reduce the suffering, help the most vulnerable. And I've got some optimism as we further step into 2023 that things are going to get better.
Talking to Peter Seidler here on Ben and Woods. Thank you again for your time and for joining us. It's freezing cold out here. You didn't have to
cold.
do this. We really, really appreciate it. You know, another topic that we broached, and you're not anything really like Aaron Rodgers, but he did he went and did that darkness room for 4 days. He's a searcher. You're a very Zen guy. I follow you on Instagram. I see you're a Zen guy. As someone who's not really, I don't have a shred of Zen in me. How does one achieve that kind of inner peace, the Zen? What works for you?
I'm here. I'm vertical.
That's part of it. Yeah.
You know, I feel very fortunate. I've had two big battles with cancer, and I've seen a lot of people suffer in that area as well, and I'm very fortunate to be here and enjoy it, and to be around all the thrills of baseball and hang out with guys like you and fans like we're talking to today. But you know, as just to make, you know, to state what people say, but really try to take it to heart, to make the most out of every day and enjoy it, have some fun, laugh, and hopefully make a positive difference.
I'm sitting here, I'm staring at two mustaches right across the table from me.
One Zen, one not.
I know one's origin from last night, and Peter, you've said that your wife likes it, wants to keep it. When did you make the call, though?
Yeah,
I mean, what was the decision that went into it?
Well, the quick backstory, I never had grown a mustache before, and I participated in the great Movember Men's Health month, where men are for good causes asked to grow a mustache, and I did it, and really at the inspiration of my 8-year-old daughter, and my two daughters and my wife seem to like it, and I tell them it's day to day, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm having fun with it.
Mrs. Seidler, though, said don't come home without it. Like, you have to.
It's like the American Express card.
Yeah, you don't come home without it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
She's a fan.
She's a fan.
Nice to have a supportive missus, I bet. Yeah, that must be very, very nice.
Well, Peter, we really appreciate it. We'll let you get back inside and warm up a little bit. We'll be joining you in about 10 minutes when our show wraps up.
Great. Well, thanks guys.
so much.
Always good to see you.
Appreciate